Okay, so what we're going to do here is go through Rslinx setup over in the Echols lab. There are some issues that when the student downloads a blank program and they have their communications not configured the same way and they apply the new communications to the processor, then they have to go reconfigure Rslinx in order to communicate with it. One of the deals with Rslinx, it apparently hasn't been fixed yet because I upgraded this summer, but if Rslinx is running as a service, we cannot access the GUI. So first thing we want to do, if we want to access the GUI on Rslinx Classic, we're going to go to All Programs. We're going to open up Rockwell Software, Rslinx, Launch Control Panel. If this box is checked, you have to hit the stop button and uncheck it, and then you can restart it. Alternatively, you can go to the Tasks Manager. If we start the application under Services, we'll organize by name. Oops, it won't be under there. Let's go ahead and we'll start it as a service. And this could happen after a reboot. Once it's been done once, it shouldn't be an issue. Once your communications are set up, you shouldn't have to do this. But if you do download the wrong baud rate to the processor and apply it, then you will. So we're going to look for Rslinx, not Rslinx NG, Rslinx. And we can right click and stop the service. We can uncheck the box and then we can hit the start button. That will give us access to the GUI. Under Communications, Configure Drivers, we have the DF1. That's default. That's been ghosted to every machine. Every machine has been configured for 19.2. So I'm going to open up a program and download to one of the processors at the wrong baud rate, and then you will see you have to reconfigure. Under I/O or channel configuration, channel 1, this is what usually happens. They go to the default, which is 1200. We're going to go comms, system comms. We see our processor. We're going to download it. Yes. Yes. You get this pop-up warning, communication configuration different. Loss of communication on other channel 1 will occur, except new configuration. If they click apply here, you will have to go reconfigure everything. So you want to make sure they click don't apply. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply on this instance. And so now we change back to run mode, and we will not be able to go online. Well, we shouldn't have been able to go online. Let's see. Go offline again. Set for 1200. Maybe download. Yes. Well, maybe it was configured for 1200, so we've downloaded at 1200. So we'll go offline, and we'll change our channel configuration. I was on the wrong channel configuration, channel 0 system. We will change that to 1200. Let's turn that back where it was. And this is our serial driver, and we'll hit OK. Now we will download that. Yes. If they click apply here, they will lose communications. I'm going to go ahead and click apply. this point, we will no longer be able to communicate with the processor. If we go to Rslinx, go to our RSWho window, we will see that the processor has a X on it because it cannot find it anymore. We'll go to communications, configure drivers. We'll come over here to COM1 and configure. I'll be honest with you, 1200 baud is extremely slow. We can do that, or we can just hit the auto configure button. Now that we can do that, we're going to change it back the way it should be. We're going to come over here to channel configuration, channel 0. Come over here, we're going to turn it back up to 19.2, hit apply, and then download back. You also need to make sure that to configure Rslinx and stop services, the students are logged in with the administrator password. We're going to go ahead and apply it and turn it back up to 19K. That will force us to go back to Rslinx. We can go to our COM driver, configure it. I can hit auto configure, or I will simply turn it back up to 19K and then hit OK. And so now I should be able to go system comms, go online with the processor and go online. Put it in the right mode. One other issue that we have, if you are using one of the USB adapters around Echols, every time you move the USB port, the COM port changes. Those USB adapters, when they're plugged in, will install and say other device, and it will list the COM port here if it installed correctly. And so when you are using a USB device to go across serial, what you have to do is either add another driver or configure the DF1 driver to the appropriate COM device listed under devices and the USB to serial adapter. So if you're using a USB serial adapter, make sure your driver is not configured to the wrong COM port.